When?
Okay, so now you figured out what your target's going to be. They're 1 inch thick plate. The idea is how we're going to hang them. So if this is your ground level, what I figured we could do is form up a piece of maybe 1 inch solid bar, hang a couple of pieces of chain off of it with either an open hook or a clip, and then your target will simply hang in the middle with a ring on it. Happy day. Fabricating all of this, piece of cake, no big deal. The challenge is how you're going to connect it to the ground. And my understanding from Emily is that we don't want to leave anything permanent. We don't want to leave the targets set up, so we want to break them down with the least amount of problems. So I don't know if it's going to work. I think we should probably prototype it before we go crazy into fabricating it. But I've got a jackhammer, and I bought an old bit. So what I'm thinking we do is we make a socket on the end of the bit that will go over the top of a piece of 1 inch black iron pipe. And then what we do is we take a piece of pipe that is the spread between this one and this one. We put 2 guides on it. We set a piece of the 1 inch through the guide. We set the cap on and we drive these things, maybe make them 2 feet long. I'll cut the ends and point them, weld them up so they're solid. And we just set this thing on top and drive it right into the ground. And then we'll have this thing make our spacing so it's pretty much dead nuts. So whatever it is, 2 feet, 3 feet, right? And then we'll leave them threaded on the top. So all you got to do is put a cap on it. And that'll keep the dirt from getting in it when it's not being used. Or if you just want to take them out and leave them out, you put a cap on them. If you only leave a couple inches out of the ground, it's fairly discreet. You're not going to see them. People shouldn't screw around. They won't even know they're there. Now, that would sit down up in here like so, and they would stick out of the ground like so, and we would just put a cap on it. So your materials that you're going to need for this, I don't know, we got to fool around with this. Probably 1 inch solid bar. The chain I've got laying around, that's no big deal. These, we can put these, my understanding from what Emily explained is you have 5 targets per event. But these cost of putting the 2 underneath the ground, hell, you can put 50 of those darn things in, 25 sets of them, and then move the top part around any way you want for your competition, right? So, but these, you might make 1 or 2 extra just as you blow them up. And the targets, they're going to last you a while. They got them down at Ojai Valley Gun Club, and they shoot the bejesus out of these things with big stuff. If you're going to be shooting with 22s, Emily's talking about just picking up some 3/8 plate, and we'll just cut them with my plasma cutter, the same sizes and configurations. We can do animals, whatever the hell you want, and hang them off the same deal here. So that's pretty much it. I need to know how you want to put these plates together. And the other thing is the pitch. When these things are sitting and hanging, I understand there needs to be a little bit of a kickback on the angle. We need to look at that. It might be simply how we put the rings, and it might just hang a little goofy to give you a little angle for deflection for the round so it goes down. I need to know what the range is for that. Emily mentioned 5 degrees. Can it be a little bit more? Would it hurt? Sometimes if you just move the rings a little bit lower, they'll pitch a little bit anyway, naturally, without doing anything weird to them. I can't think of anything else. You can call me if you want to talk about any of this stuff, or come by the shop and I'll show you what we got. I think that's all. I just need direction so I can get this stuff out of my shop. That's it.